Hello and welcome back to my little corner of the internet. If you're new here, I usually talk about my health journey, which started back in August 2025 when my highest known weight was 222 pounds. On Wednesdays, I post updates about how that journey is going, and on Saturdays, I usually share more random lifestyle content, recipes, makeup, beauty, and well, whatever else I'm currently figuring out. This video is going up on June 27th, 2026, which happens to be a Saturday. So today we're going to talk about makeup, specifically my version of Project Pan, how I'm planning on participating, and what my current beauty inventory looks like. I've broken the video into sections, so feel free to skip around to the parts you are most interested in. Okay, so now that is all out of the way, let's get into it. Before I talk about how I'm participating in Project Pan, I want to quickly explain what Project Pan actually is in case you're not aware of that. If you watch beauty content, you've probably noticed that overconsumption in the beauty space has really intensified. Makeup, skincare, hair care, there's always something new launching, always something being hyped up, and always that feeling of, I really need to get this right now. And honestly, it's not just makeup and skincare. We see the same thing with clothing, especially with fast fashion companies like Shein that have taken over. There's just this constant stream of new items being pushed at us all the time. With beauty products, especially since COVID-19, I feel like social media brands and influencers have created this cycle where we're always being encouraged to buy the next new thing. You click, you order, and you get that little dopamine hit. And sometimes the package is at your door the next day, and sometimes even the exact same day. Project Pan is basically a way to push back against that. It started as a makeup challenge where people would try to use up products they already owned. The reference to pan comes from the phrase hitting pan, which comes from using a powder product until you can actually see the metal pan underneath. Now Project Pan has expanded beyond makeup. Some people use it for skincare, hair care, body care, household products, really anything where they want to be more intentional and mindful and use what they already have. A lot of people start by taking inventory of their collection, then commit to either a no buy, a low buy, or focusing on specific products until they're finished. For me, this is not about having a massive makeup collection that I need to declutter. I actually don't have a huge stash right now, and I don't have a lot of duplicates. Now, if you've been following me, you know that part of my journey recently has been rediscovering how much I love makeup. I haven't worn makeup in over a decade, and coming back to it has been really fun. I've already shared a video about some of the products I bought, and then a follow-up video recently reviewing those products. But because I'm getting back into makeup, I can also see how easy it would be for me to start over-consuming. There are so many beautiful products out there, so many shiny new releases, so many things that look interesting or fun or like they might be the one. And honestly, it can get overwhelming really quickly. So for me, Project Pan is less about downsizing a huge collection, but it's more about building good habits now. I want to use what I have. I want to play with products I already own. I want to learn what I actually like. And I want to be thoughtful about what I buy instead of just impulse buying everything that catches my attention at that exact second. So I've decided I'm going to participate in the low buy portion of Project Pan instead of a no buy, because honestly, there are still some gaps in my makeup collection that I would really like to fill, but I'm not in a rush to buy anything and everything all at once. My rules that I'm following are pretty simple. I can buy something if it falls into one of these categories. First, I don't have that type of product at all. Second, the color and or shade is completely different from anything I already own in that category. Third, I'm about to run out of something or a product is close to expiring and I need to replace it. And that's it. Those are my 3 rules. So with that in mind, let's go through my current inventory. I'm going to start with the products that are either finished, almost finished, or that I've hit pan on. I'll also share whether I like them and whether I would repurchase them or stay away from it completely. Now, the first product that I completely finished is the Tier Milky Toner. This was the first Milky Toner I ever bought sometime around January, February, and it lasted me a few months. It was okay, but it felt extremely tacky on my skin. I have very dry and sensitive skin. I did not repurchase it, and I do not plan on repurchasing this Milky Toner. Maybe it would work better for someone with more oily skin, but for me, it just wasn't the right fit. The next item that I completely finished is the Round Lab Moisturizing Sunscreen. You can tell I had to cut it off so I could get the rest of it because it was stuck. And if you've been following me, you already know this is my favorite sunscreen. I use it every day on my face, my hands, and if I'm wearing a sleeveless top, on my shoulders too. I love this sunscreen. It's one of those products that's basically non-negotiable for me. When I start running low, I order more. Usually 2 bottles at a time because it saves a little bit of money, and I also use more than 1 bottle at a time. I'll have one in my gym bag so I can apply it after my shower in the morning. I have one at home, and then I have another one that I bring with me wherever I go. So I've already repurchased. Next thing, I have another sunscreen, and it's this Aveeno Mineral Sunscreen Stick for sensitive skin. And I am putting it in the done category because the stick keeps on getting stuck in the lid, which makes it extraordinarily frustrating and sometimes completely unusable, like right now. Now, I still use it when I can and it's, cooperating with me, but I will not be repurchasing it. It does not spread nicely. It has a very noticeable white cast. probably because it is a mineral sunscreen and it just does not feel pleasant on my skin, and it is not pleasant to use. I have discovered that I prefer chemical sunscreens over mineral sunscreens. So I mean, I know this works for other people, but this one's just not for me. I will not be replacing this obviously with another Aveeno mineral sunstick, but I do plan on purchasing the same one, but in a sunstick format. But I will wait until I do my next order. Right now I'm really just using long linen sleeves and a good hat so that I do not turn into a tomato. If you use a sunscreen stick, let me know what you do when they get stuck in the lid like this. Is this a common occurrence? Do you just call it done? Do you keep fighting with it? I genuinely don't really know what to do with it, so I'll keep it, but I feel like it's done. So moving on, the next product I've hit pan on is the Romand Better Than Chic blush in Blueberry Chip. I really like the formula. I like the shade. It feels really nice on the skin, but I will not be repurchasing it. Even though I've hit pan, I'm still going to keep using it until it's fully finished. But the reason I won't buy it again is because I went through it really, really too quickly for my liking, like in maybe a month and a half. I've really learned that I prefer cream or liquid blushes and something that has a little bit more pigment. This blush is buildable, which is nice, but for me that means I have to use a lot more product to get the look I want, to have it pigmented enough. So while it's pretty, I don't think it's the best fit for me long term. So these are the products I've finished, or almost finished, or I've hit pan on. So now let's move on to skincare, body care, and hair care products that I am currently working on. Right now I have a 3-in-1 micellar water that I use on makeup days in the evening to help take it away. I have 2 different milky toners. One is a spray, which I use in the morning, and the other one is part of my evening routine. Now, I also have 2 moisturizers. Here's my 2 bottles of my sunscreen moisturizer, which I use during the day, and then at night I have this Intense Relief moisturizer, and I have 1 overnight lip mask, which I've used that much of. The other thing I have is I have this eye cream. I kind of forgot that I had about it, so I'm going to try to add it back into my routine. If I don't like it, I'll pass it along to a friend or family member. Now I have 2 face washes. One is a special cleanser I use when my skin barrier feels stripped or irritated and needs some extra care, and I use that at night. And then this one is my regular everyday cleanser that I use on regular days when my skin is feeling okay. For shower products, I have 1 shampoo and 1 conditioner. And I also have 2 body washes, one for when my skin is not feeling great, and then a regular one. Overall, I like what I have in this category, and I feel like I have everything I need, so I will not be purchasing anything else with one exception. The only exception I have is that I plan on buying mascara remover because the micellar water that I use does not do a great job at removing mascara, even though it says it can remove eye makeup. I also have a sunscreen cushion, which is the same Round Lab birch juice, and I carry it with me when I'm wearing makeup so I can reapply sunscreen on the go. It's supposed to be really good at not taking away makeup. I really want to love it. I love the idea of it, but once I use it up, I will not be repurchasing it or anything like it. I just don't feel fully confident that I'm getting the amount of sun protection I need. And for me, that really matters. I don't tan, I burn. I'm also on medication that makes my skin more sensitive to the sun. So sunscreen is something I don't want to mess around with. Moving on from skincare, let's talk about the hair products I have. Okay, so for hair care products, I currently have one heat protectant, a gloss mask, a leave-in conditioner, a heavier hair oil, a lighter hair oil, a leave-in gloss serum, and a mini humidity control spray. So I'm quite happy with everything I have for my hair. I don't think I need anything else, so I will not be purchasing any more hair care products. All right, so now let's talk about makeup, which is definitely my biggest category. So I have two color correctors, one green one to help with all the redness in my skin, and then a cherry colored one to help with the dark circles under my eyes. I have one primer, though I do not use it that often. I have one serum concealer. This is the only concealer I have. Two foundations. One is this cushion foundation that I actually use all the time, and the other one is this liquid foundation. There's quite a bit left there, but it turns yellow on me, and I honestly don't really know what to do with the liquid one. I don't know anyone personally who uses that shade, and well, it kind of looks ridiculous on me. Since I opened it in January or February, it's probably getting close to expiring anyway, so likely just dispose of it. It feels extraordinarily wasteful, but I also know I'm not going to use it, and I don't want to force myself to use it because it's just yellow on me. So what do you guys do with products like that? Products that are technically usable, but completely wrong for you. Other products I have is I have a contour balm. The shade is a bit too yellow toned for me, but I can make it work for now until I finish it. Speaking of which, if you have pale neutral skin that leans pink like mine, please let me know what contour products work for you. I'm not buying anything right away, but I do want to start researching what options I do have. I also have one lip primer, and I also have this glow lotion. I have one 2-in-1 Egg Salad product, two mascaras, one in black and the other is this brownish taupe color. I have this one eyeshadow palette with different shades of pink, and I don't have any single eyeshadows or any other palettes. I have two products, one eyebrow pencil in a dark cool brown, and then one brown mascara also in a dark brown. One eyeliner, which is white, that I have not opened it, but I have not opened it yet. Two lip liners. One is a brighter berry color, and then this one is kind of a medium brownish red shade. Just one lipstick, a tiny one, and it is in that same brownish red color that this smaller one is in. I currently have 3 tinted lip treatments. One is this balm that I absolutely love. It's in the red family, but I would describe it more of like a muted red coral color. The other two that I have are in the tubes. One is a cherry red color, and then this one is more like a darker berry jam color. Two blushes. One is this liquid one, which is like kind of like a lavender type pink color. And then I also have this one, which doubles as a lip gloss, and that's more like a berry color, but I don't usually use it much on the lips because it doesn't last very long on my lips. For highlighters, I have one that is like this balm stick. For setting products, I have this spray, which I'm getting low on, and then I have this loose setting powder. The setting powder I'm probably gonna give away though. My skin is so dry even during the hot humid summer that I really don't need a powder product, and I haven't even used this at all yet, so I won't be repurchasing another setting powder, but it's, yeah, it's fine. So makeup is the one category that I do have on my purchase list, but I'm not going to stray from that list unless something runs out completely or the product is truly different from something I already own. The first thing I'm looking for is a light to medium coverage foundation that has a more glowy finish. The foundation I currently use has heavier coverage and more of a satin semi-matte finish. I really like it, but I would like something lighter for those hotter days, and that's a little bit more of a natural look for everyday wear. Because foundation shades are really tricky for me, I'm planning on ordering samples first to just try out a few different shades before I go and purchase a full foundation. So far, I've only ever been able to find one foundation shade that matches my skin tone perfectly, and I really don't want to waste money and product for something that turns yellow or orange on me. Something else I'm looking to add into my collection are 2 eyeshadow quads or palettes in brown shades and another one in darker purple shades. I'd also like to get 2 micro eyeliners, one in brown and another one in black. And I would also like an eyebrow pencil that is more of a taupey shade so I can create a slightly different brow look than I can with just the dark brown, which matches me completely right now. I haven't decided exactly which products I'm going to buy yet, so if you have any recommendations that fit into one of those categories, let me know in the comments. The last category that I'm going to talk about is products I've purchased, but I haven't started using yet. I recently bought a 2-pack of a grinding cleansing balm. It's supposed to be really effective at removing makeup, and it's supposed to be good for dry and sensitive skin. I'm going to start using it once my micellar water is finished. Now, the reason why I got two is because I got the Costco 2-pack and it was less expensive than just buying one. And the other item that I have not opened yet is an eyebrow gel. It's in a taupey brown shade. I'm not going to start using it though until I have an eyebrow pencil in a similar shade, because I want those products to work together, and I know it just won't work with my dark brown eye pencil that I currently do have. So that's my current inventory and my starting point for Project Pan. For me, Project Pan is really about keeping my purchasing habits in check before they get out of hand. There are only so many products that I as an individual can realistically use before they expire. And honestly, a lot of brands release very similar shades and very similar products around the same time. So when something new comes out, I want to stop and ask myself, is this actually different? Or is it just being marketed as something new and exciting in pretty packaging? I also want to save money where I can. So unless I'm completely out of a product or I'm buying something that fills a real gap in my collection, I don't want to buy it at full price just because it's new. This challenge gives me a reason to pause before buying something. It helps me think about why I want a product, whether I'll actually use it, and whether it makes sense for me. And hopefully fewer impulse purchases means fewer products that don't work for me and less waste overall. So now I want to know, are you participating in Project Pan? Are you doing a no buy, a low buy, or just trying to be more mindful about what you purchase? What made you want to take part, and how difficult have you found it so far? So that's it for my first Project Pan video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great one. Bye for now.